Back in 2013, the return of SimCity should have been a triumphant moment for fans of the iconic city-building franchise. Developed by Maxis and published by EA, this reboot was built on the promising GlassBox engine, showcasing real-time simulations, a dynamic economy, agent-based systems, and a clean, almost futuristic aesthetic. It was poised to be revolutionary, but instead of praise, it launched to an avalanche of criticism, mostly due to its always-online DRM, tiny city sizes, and server meltdowns. And yet, under the weight of that disappointing rollout, behind the missed potential lies a game that's still charming, undeniably fun in short bursts, and especially years later, with patches and an offline mode, is a flawed gem that dares to be different from its competition. SimCity, like its predecessors, doesn't offer a traditional story mode. Instead, your city is your narrative. Every decision, from zoning patterns to industrial placements, crafts a unique tale of urban growth, crisis, and ambition. While it lacks scripted events, it compensates with system-driven storytelling. Even simulation tick has a ripple effect. A fire breaks out due to overburdened services, an angry mob protests at the city hall, or a casino city attracts both wealth and crime. In multiplayer, it kind of intertwines. Commerce flows between friends' cities, while pollution spills over borders. You don't just play a city planner, you become its mayor, developer, and at times, its greatest flaw. At its best, SimCity offers incredibly tactile city planning. Roads, fields, fluid to place. Zoning is responsive, and watching your city come alive is deeply satisfying. Systems like power sharing, utility management, and city specializations, that being tourism, mining, education, etc., encourage creativity and strategic thinking. But therein lies the problem. The city size is cripplingly small. For a game titled SimCity, it feels more like you're building a couple of small towns. The bounding box prevents true metropolitan sprawl, leading to constrained layouts and frequent restarts. It was a baffling decision choice, or should I say design choice, given how it undercuts the essence of building a grand metropolis. Still, city simulation fans will appreciate the micromanagement opportunities. Upgradable buildings, shared regional departments, and a reactive economy allow for a layered experience, so long as you accept the cramped scale. It is by far SimCity's biggest downfall. One of the most enduring elements of SimCity is how beautifully it visualizes urban life. From zoomed out skylines to tight close-ups of individual Sims going about their day, the GlassBox engine makes your city feel alive. Animations are somewhat charming. Sims evacuating buildings during fires, traffic jams forming realistically, but not always logically, and schools bustling with students. Combined with Chris Tilton's tranquil cinematic score, the whole presentation offers a warm and immersive tone, despite the game still being full of bugs to this day. While it doesn't aim for photorealism, its slightly toy-like aesthetic ages kinda gracefully and arguably holds up better than many other simulations from the same genre. Now, I did briefly mention the cinematic score, but Chris Tilton's soundtrack is by far one of the most underappreciated aspects of the game. The music dynamically shifts when the city changes activity, subtly reacting to the growth or disaster. It's atmospheric and relaxing, setting the perfect tone for city building. Sound effects also contribute meaningfully, as factories hum, sirens blare, Sims chatter in Simlish, I guess, and environmental cues offer auditory feedback. Honestly, I feel that it's not just a generic soundtrack, it adds personality to the game, and I often find myself listening to the soundtrack even when I'm not playing SimCity. When SimCity launched in 2013, its state was, well, catastrophic. EA's insistence on always online DRM meant to enable multiplayer and region-wide simulations essentially crippled the game and was its biggest downfall. Players couldn't connect, saves were lost, and single-player campaigns was essentially held hostage to server outages. It is definitely the biggest reason this game failed, and likely why we haven't seen a mainline entry into the franchise since 2013. Eventually, EA backtracked and introduced an offline mode, stabilizing the experience. Load times improved and systems became more reliable. However, even post-patch, AI pathfinding and traffic logic remains clunky. Emergency vehicles might skip burning buildings, or commuters could clog roads illogically, requiring creative layout solutions just to fix what the engine should handle naturally. I honestly feel that if SimCity launched with an offline mode, then the game would have been in a much different state despite the limit on city sizes. SimCity was once imagined as a platform for expansion, and to its credit, Maxis supported the game with several DLC packs and a major expansion, Cities of Tomorrow, which introduced mega towers, maglev transit, and somewhat of a sci-fi flair. However, city size limitations severely hampered replayability. Once you hit the ceiling, and it comes fast, you're forced to start again, shift specializations, or rely on region play for continued variety. Cities Skylines later launched with mod support and massive maps, essentially eclipsing SimCity's long-term appeal. Still, if approached as a smaller, more focused simulation sandbox, SimCity can work. It's great for casual sessions or niche builds like tourism-only cities or coal-heavy economies. In essence, the 2013 version of SimCity is a game both elevated and cursed by its ambition. It dared to simulate individual agents, connect multiple cities into cooperative regions, and do it all with a sleek interface and vibrant style. But those ambitions were kneecapped by a lack of foresight, server-first design, undersized maps, and underbaked systems. Today, with offline mode, reduced prices, and all DLCs included in, for example, EA Play, the game is much easier to appreciate. It's still frustrating, still flawed, but also still fun. If you're looking for an easy-to-learn, visually rich city builder with some multiplayer charm, SimCity offers an experience worth revisiting, especially now that the dust has settled. But did you play the 2013 SimCity game, and have you ever revisited the game since? Let me know your thoughts below, and if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, then give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve my videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.